I saw it before you did. The pain, the moment it entered your story like an uninvited guest. The day your heart cracked in silence while the world kept spinning, and you hid it so well. You covered it with smiles, with accomplishments, with carefully chosen words. But I saw through them, through every mask, every performance, every moment you looked okay, but inside, you were unraveling. You didn't want to be seen like that, not weak, not wounded, not broken in the ways no one could explain. But I never turned away. In fact, that was the moment I leaned in. You thought I only showed up in worship songs, in churches with stained glass, in scriptures quoted on bright days. But I was there when you locked yourself in the bathroom and cried quietly so no one would hear. I was there when your chest tightened in the middle of a sentence and you pretended it was nothing. I was there when the memory hit you like a wave you never saw coming, and you smiled anyway. Let me say this clearly. I never asked you to be strong for me. I asked you to bring me the places that still tremble, because I never loved the polished version of you. I love the you who sits in silence after everyone has left. I love the you who doubts but dares to hope again. I love the you who wakes up afraid but chooses to breathe anyway. And now, I want to walk you back, not to shame you, but to show you where I was when you thought I disappeared. Let's go back to that day. Yes, that day. The one you buried deep. The one no one talks about. The one that still echoes in your chest when everything else gets quiet. I was there when they said those words that broke you, when they left without warning, when you reached for help and found no one reaching back. I didn't look away. I didn't flinch. I stayed. You see, pain tries to tell you you're alone, but I rewrote that lie before it was ever spoken. You were never alone, not once. The scar doesn't scare me. The memory doesn't repel me. The weight doesn't overwhelm me, because I carried it before you did. Before they ever hurt you, I bore it. You think it's yours, but I already took it. That moment, that exact moment when your spirit fractured, that's when I took it back, not with lightning, not with thunder, but with presence. I walked into your suffering like I walked into tombs, not to admire the dead, but to call life out of what was buried. And here's what you need to know. Your pain is not your identity. Your wound is not your name. Your weakness is not your shame. I'm not ashamed of you. I'm proud of you. Yes, even now, especially now, because you're still here, still listening, still breathing when it would have been easier to give up. And I see it. The part of you still hiding, the part that doesn't trust yet, the part that thinks maybe he loves others, but not me. But I do. I always have. Even in the middle of the worst chapter of your story, I was already writing your redemption. So let me in. Into the ache. Into the room you locked. Into the memory you've muted for years. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not in a rush. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to love you back to life. You don't have to pretend anymore. Not in my presence. Not in this moment. Not when you've already caught my eye. You are not your pain. You are not your silence. You are not what they did to you. You are mine. And I am here. You want to know something? Even now, you're still trying to carry it. I feel it in your breath, in the way your chest tightens when certain memories return, in the way your smile doesn't reach your eyes. You've tried to bury it under busyness. You've tried to numb it with distractions. You've tried to outrun it in silence and performance. But pain is not buried by pretending. It's healed by surrender. And surrender is not weakness. It's the bravest thing you'll ever do. So, let's do something together. Right here, right now. Close your eyes. Not because this is a ritual, but because I want to speak where the noise finally fades. Breathe in. Slowly, let the weight lift. Let the truth find you again. You are not disqualified, not by your trauma, not by your divorce, not by your addiction, not by the secret you never told anyone, not by the chapter you wish wasn't part of your story. I don't erase broken people. I restore them. And yes, restoration is slow. It's tender. It's quiet. But it's happening even now. Can you feel it? The tension in your soul beginning to loosen? That's me, not pressuring you to be someone else, but calling you back to who you always were. Do you remember them? The tears you thought were wasted. I caught everyone. The moments you screamed inside your own thoughts. I heard every cry. The nights you begged for sleep to rescue you. I stood beside your bed, watching, waiting, never leaving. I didn't come to lecture you. I came to walk with you through the mud, through the confusion, through the ache that wakes you before dawn. And I'm still walking with you every time you take one more step, every time you get out of bed, every time you choose to live when death seemed easier. I celebrate. You don't see it, but I do. The angels, they saw it too. Heaven doesn't clap for the polished, it celebrates the honest. So let's be honest. You've carried this long enough. You've tried to be strong for too many people. You've smiled while bleeding. You've helped others while hiding your own wounds. But today, let me be the one who carries you. Let me take that shame off your shoulders. Let me lift the guilt that never belonged to you. Let me speak over the silence you were never meant to sit in. You think I'm distant? Look closer. I've been at your side the whole time, in every hospital room, in every panic attack, in every quiet moment where you wondered if anyone still sees you. I see you, still, and what I see is beautiful. Not because you've done everything right, but because you're mine, still mine, always mine. Do you understand? There's nothing more you need to do to earn my presence. You're not on probation. You're not being tested. You're being loved. So breathe again, speak again, sing again, even if the note cracks. Let me take back the pain, not by erasing the memory, but by rewriting what it means. It no longer defines you. It now refines you. It no longer owns you. It now opens you. To deeper compassion, to softer strength, to a kind of love that doesn't come from pretending to be okay. This is where healing begins, not on the mountaintop, but here, in the ache, in the dirt, in the holy silence of this moment. You've been looking for me in miracles, but I've been sitting with you in the mess. Now, look at me. Really, look. The same eyes that watched you weep are still watching, still waiting, still ready to take the pain you were never meant to carry alone. Let go. Let go of what they said. Let go of who they made you think you had to be. Let go of the lie that says you're too far gone, and take my hand. Because today isn't the end of your story. It's the day I take back what tried to destroy you, not with fire, not with fear, but with love. Steady, quiet, relentless love. I am not finished with you, and I never will be. Let's go back for a moment, not to relive the pain, but to redeem it. That moment that broke you, I was there when they walked away, when they lied, when they told you it was your fault, when they made you feel like your pain didn't matter. I was closer than your breath. I was already writing the ending they never saw coming. Because I don't just sit in your past, I move in your future. And your future doesn't look like what broke you. Your future isn't a repeat of your worst day. It's not the echo of someone else's opinion. It's not bound to the label the world gave you. Your future is freedom. Freedom that starts the moment you stop performing and start believing. You see, I never asked you to earn love. I just asked you to receive it. And yet I know you've built walls to protect yourself. You've put on armor made of sarcasm, silence, strength. But underneath that armor is a child, still longing to be seen, still wondering if it's safe to trust. So let me tell you something no one else did. It's okay to be soft here. It's okay to be vulnerable here. It's okay to be real here. This is not a courtroom. This is a sanctuary, and I am not your judge. I am your healer. You don't have to explain why it still hurts. You don't have to justify the time it's taken. You don't have to prove anything. You are not a burden. You are a story in progress. And I am the author who never stops writing. Yes, the chapter was dark, but the light is coming. You don't need a spotlight to be worthy. You don't need applause to be seen. I saw you in the hallway. I saw you at the funeral. I saw you scrolling at 2 a.m., wondering if you still mattered. And I whisper now what I whispered then. You are worth it. You are worth my patience. You are worth my pursuit. You are worth my blood, not the cleaned up version of you, not the filtered, performing, perfect one, but you, the one with the trembling voice and unfinished prayer, the one who still doubts sometimes, the one who thought they'd healed until the song came on and broke them again. Yes, that version of you. You're not being disqualified by your wounds. You're being prepared to carry hope that isn't shallow, prepared to speak life that doesn't come from theory, but from survival, prepared to stand up again, not because you forgot the pain, but because you remembered the promise. You were never alone, even in the hospital room, even in the empty apartment, even in the crowd that never noticed. I noticed, and I never stopped moving on your behalf. And now the story turns. Now the page flips. Not because you forced it, not because you faked it, but because you finally allowed it, allowed yourself to believe again, allowed yourself to breathe again, allowed yourself to feel, not just survive. That's what healing is, not the absence of pain, but the return of hope. And hope. Hope is rising right now in your chest, in your soul, in the places that once felt too far gone. I'm rebuilding you from the inside out, quietly, steadily, tenderly. You don't have to be loud to be loved. You don't have to be strong to be held. You just have to be here, still breathing, still listening, still letting me do what no one else could. So now, as the music fades, as the lights dim, let me leave you with this. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle still unfolding. I took your pain so you could finally take back your peace. Walk in it now, because where you go next, you go with me, always.